Hello, everyone. This is round one of the first Blitz tournament that we're doing for our online chess league. I have White against Craig in this round. We have 15 players. One of them has a bye in the first round. And let's see. I hope he's ready. We have 15 players. One has a bye. Oh, and we have a French defense. And it is a round robin. So we're in it for the long haul here. I will do my best to commentate on these moves. We have a pretty standard, just mainline advanced variation of the French. If he goes queen b6, yep, then I'll go a3. The idea is to go b4. Just to... Okay, that move doesn't do anything. b4 just to guard my b pawn so that I can safely move my dark squared bishop out. Okay, so now he's locked down the queen side, giving me pretty much just free reign of the center here. He's locked down the queen side, making it so that he can't put any pressure on my center. I don't have to worry about d4 here. So that's quite nice. What I will do though is, so this bishop's not very good. I'm gonna see what he wants to do here. I want to make him play h6, and then maybe later on I'll play something like this. But I do want to at least make him play h6. I think. Yep. Okay. And let's. Where are we dropping back to? Let's drop back to e3. If he takes it, that's perfectly fine. I get an open f file, and I want to make sure that I don't have any vulnerabilities on the queen side. He's got more space on that side, so, and he does take it. He certainly should not have. So now I'm feeling awfully comfortable here with the rest of this game. And let's see, what does this attack look like here? Okay, let's just develop here. We might go for some a4 stuff, e4, sorry. Yeah, okay, and we'll go queen e1 so that we can bring this out here. We don't need to do this and capture here because that lets his light squared bishop out. But I may relocate my light squared bishop here like this. That is very possible. So, okay, I don't need to do anything about that. Let's see here. Yeah, I can safely ignore that, so let's go here. And then we're going to capture this way, and then we'll have another capture on a1 potentially. If we do, then I'll just... I mean, if he takes there, I just have control of the a file because my rooks are actually connected. So that is only going to benefit me. Okay, so he closes this down. This is quite good for me. Okay, I'm going to throw this here just because. I'm probably not going to take, but I will leave this here to keep this defended. Okay, and I think I need to do this, and I think I need to relocate my knight. Something like this looks like a very decent plan, and that's a freebie. Thank you very much. Okay, we like those, and now we will just seek to trade the pieces and get to a what should be a very easy endgame. Very routine. And the queen side is nice and closed. He has all the space in the world on the queen side, but he's got nothing that he can do over there because he voluntarily closed it up. So, all right, that's an interesting one. Let's take en passant here, and then I'm going to push. I think I'm going to push? Yeah, let's push here. And then this guy he's probably going to get rerouted anyway. This is a reasonably, I don't know, I don't want to call it common. It's not an uncommon move as White against the French, though, so. Okay. I don't like that. I don't think he can do that. I'm going to start with this. And he's got to go rook f8, I think. I think. Doesn't have to. But if he lets my rook get to f6, I mean, I have f6 and f7. Yeah, he's just giving up too much now. Yeah, that's certainly no good. All right, cool. Okay, so let's take a look at this. let's see. Okay, so we have just totally main line, and really I mean, he should keep this pressure on d4. You know, the French defense is awkward when you advance the pawn because you have this defense where you're voluntarily giving white kingside space, and then most of the time you're castling kingside. So there's one of two ways for this defense to work. Traditionally, because there are some lines where you can push c4 and you can sort of make it work. It's just it is very difficult to play. It's certainly not inferior, but it's very hard to play. So, but traditionally, there's one of two ways to make this work, and that is to keep the pressure on d4, or to play a pawn break with f6, or both. You know, you can certainly castle and then play f6, and there's some lines where I think you don't even need to castle because your position is just you know, it's just such a good pawn break. So he should focus on one of those things. He did neither. And that's, I mean, that's just the basics of that. You have to know that in order to play the French defense. Otherwise, you're playing a defense where you castled kingside and your opponent has kingside space, which is just a recipe for disaster. So, so c3, and this pawn really should not be pushed unless you absolutely know what you're doing. You want to maintain this tension. I mean, you have to tie white down to this. You know, white can't necessarily attack on the king side if you have a strong enough center push. Okay, so knight c6, and we're just fighting for dark squares in the center now. Nothing too impressive. You know, I want to play this move, but my b pawn's hanging. I can't do this because after takes, c takes, and bishop b4 check, I have the block on d2, and that'll interpose my queen defending on d4. And I'll lose that d4 pawn because of that. So I can't go b3 to free this guy. So I have to go a3. And there's other moves. What does it say? Bishop e2. I don't like bishop e2. And bishop d3 is just bad. You shouldn't play bishop d3. I'll come right out and say that. I think masters play that move. It's bad. I mean, black has a higher win percentage. You know. So if you're playing bishop d3 in this position, stop doing that. It's ridiculous. Knight a3 just transposes into the bishop e2 line, as far as I know. Because the plan is to go c2 and then to defend. Any other moves? I mean, d takes c5. I wouldn't recommend that either. Okay, but yeah. So a3 is pretty standard. Let's see, and yeah. Bishop e2 is fine. Okay, so a3, and yeah, here, you know, as you can see on the side here, you know, you can certainly play c4 here. I don't know. I don't like it. I think it's very difficult to play. It's much more conventional just to keep pressure on the center. I mean, all of your pieces are sort of, well, there's no sort of about it. You know, they're putting pressure on the center. A6, I had mentioned it. You know, during, it doesn't make any sense. You know, you have pieces here that are, you know, begging to be developed. I mean, what does a6 do? It doesn't. I'm not going there. I didn't go a4 to go there. A6 is a move that, I mean, it's not worth anything. It doesn't. It quite literally does not do anything. And in fact, does it harm? No, I'm thinking of a5. Okay, I'll show you in a second. So okay, so I go b4 because that was what I was preparing, and he goes c4. So there's some lines where I'll see players go a5 here, not after they've played a6. That would be tragic. But I'll see some players go a5 against this structure, and that's no good either because of b5. So, you know, you really don't want to be playing that. And, you know, you might be wondering, well, you know, doesn't a6 here stop you from playing b5? And that's not really true either. A6 it does stop you, I guess, but it's simply not necessary because b5 is never a threat in the main line. So let's say we play like bishop d7 is pretty conventional. Knight h6 is a good move. It's just complicated in certain lines. But bishop d7 is pretty simple. So we'll go here and then takes. And let's say, yeah, rook c8 really needs to be played to stop the knight from going to c3 and then this little maneuver. But getting the knight on a4 is is considered a success for white because you get the pressure off of the d4 pawn from the queen. So this is pretty necessary. If knight c3, then knight takes either one of those pawns. Maybe even e5, but I don't feel like calculating that. Okay. So about the b5 move, I can't play b5 here because of knight a5. And then, I mean, what in the world is White doing? They're hanging this pawn, so they have to play this, and now these are too many holes in White's position, and White hasn't developed any pieces. Like this is worth nothing. It's guarding pawns. It's not really contributing at all to, whoops, to what's going on here. So this should just not be played ever. B5 is not a move as White against the in the French advanced. So okay, where were we? Here somewhere? Yeah, so c4. So c4 is just, I mean, this is just kind of preposterous. It closes literally everything down. So now what I need to do is, well, castle 1, but at some point I need to, it's maybe not even in a hurry. I think I am just in a hurry to castle, but I do need to develop my queenside pieces so that when this pawn break, which is the only pawn break that he can do on the queenside, when this pawn break happens, I need to be ready to have my rooks connected, something like this. You know, I could play bishop b2, you know, if he were to do it on the next move. Ideally, I'd like to not have to do that. So maybe more accurate here might be like bishop to e3, maybe g5, something like this. And then that way, if this comes, I can certainly do this and take control of the a file. You know, have a queen on a1 rather than a bishop. So there's a chance that that's more accurate. Let's see. Okay, so bishop e2. But I mean, I haven't played against this because I mean, no one does it. People want pressure here, so I'm kind of just firing from the hip. You know, playing bishop e2 and then castling. Okay, so we castle, and I didn't even bother getting rid of the, you know, stopping the knight from going here. I mean, I'm not worried about it. There's no target, so I can take my time to get rid of this knight. And you know, honestly, if he's just going to take a bishop on e3 that's not worth anything, then you know, okay, I've done what I needed to, I guess. Yeah, bishop f4 was, but yeah, I suppose that's fine. I wanted this though because if I am gonna get rid of the knight with g4, I wanted something to grab onto after this castle. So that was my thought process. I don't know if it's good, but a bad plan is better than none at all. And I'm happy to see this because we get some kind of imbalance. That bishop wasn't doing anything. It was blocked entirely by my own pawns. And that knight was, well, I mean, I could have gotten rid of it, but at the time it was quite strong. So let's see. Bishop e7. Yeah, I don't know what else. Okay, knight bd2. Same thing here. I don't know what else. I had kind of toyed with this idea, but I don't really ever want to do that. This feels, you know, even this I think feels uncomfortable. I don't want to take and open the position, and I don't really want to go here and give his bishop more eyes than I need to. So I don't know. That looks like it could come apart at some point. Maybe not. Maybe it's okay. Maybe that's the way to go. Maybe that's the structure that I should go for. But I mean, going here, and then this. Well, I mean, if he had taken, seems quite fine. I mean, I get the a file. He either has to move, he can guard it. Okay, d7's not really an ambitious square for the bishop. So I mean, it's probably the best move though. So probably he should do something like that. But if he takes, I mean, that's not an option. You're giving up the whole a file. So I feel mostly decent about that. Pushing e4, yeah, I didn't really know what to do here, but then I think I figured out the plan with h3, and I had talked about doing this, but this, I mean, this looks quite a bit more concrete. I'm hitting two things, and you know, in some lines I'm probably sacrificing pieces. So like even if he does go king h8, I'm probably, you know, sticking a knight here anyway, and on capture I can take with a pawn. Let's see. That might not work. Yeah, no, I would, no, maybe I would have to prepare that a little bit more. I'm going to need more pieces. If I double up the rooks, which is certainly quite feasible, then I could do that. So yeah, I feel like that would work. But yeah, something like that. I mean, this just looks, it looks more concrete to me. And then okay, now there's nothing to even talk about here. I don't think. Yeah, I don't even care to talk about any of that if I'm up the piece. So what's the damage here? 3 inaccuracies and a mistake. I'm more interested in the mistake. It looks like it was here. Castling? No, queen e1. I like queen e1. So let's see. So bishop g5. Yeah, I've figured that much. And what's next? Knight bd2. And yeah, okay, that one. Yeah, that was a little weird too. You know, I looked at a4 and I just simply didn't like it for reasons stated. In queen e1, man, it really likes a4. Yeah, there must be something there. Maybe I'm blind. You know, maybe I do have some sort of a blind spot here. I was worried about this, and then b5, and then I mean he can relocate the knight. I'm just not sure where. Well, probably here. I don't like a7. I don't know why the computer's saying that. I mean, it could be right, but this just looks a little bit easier to relocate. Yeah, I mean, it looks okay. Yeah, I mean, during the game, you know, you're thinking quick and talking. I figured there was going to be some way for him to break through. This looks easier. I mean, I have space on the king side, so I'm gonna play on the king side. You know, I can't do this computer shit. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, so queen g3, and then where's the mistake? Did we cover that? Oh, it was queen e1. So where's the other inaccuracy then? H3. Yeah. Oh, bishop d1. Yeah. Okay. So I'm not too, you know, even my inaccuracies and mistakes, you know, I feel like, and you know, you guys should do this too. Don't just listen to everything the computer says. Um, I mean, unless it's tactical. If it's tactical, you know, you don't want to hang a piece. Like, you know, you have to listen to that. But if there's very little teeny tiny fractions of a pawn between your move and the best move, I mean, you know, you should really just play what is most comfortable for you. So I mean, I'm not gonna, you know, I'm pretty reasonably happy with how I played here. I don't think I was pressured too much, but you know, I still had to come up with some good moves, and then I got lucky that I was gifted with a generous opponent in the first round, and that's kind of the end of that. So all right. So yeah, I'm really hoping that this tournament should go quick. I mean, games only take 10 minutes, so we should have a game hopefully every about 3 days or so. So it is a round robin, so long tournament, 14 games, 14, yeah, because 15 are in the tournament. So yeah, 14 games, and then we'll do a double elimination knockout after that. So should be a lot of fun. All right, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.